So I've been doing this now for nearly 5 months, doing videos about things within the recruitment world, like finding a job, how to find a job, CV, all the other bits and bobs that kind of come with it. In that time, what I have accumulated is questions directly asked to me from candidates, and I thought I'd take some of these questions, real questions asked to me almost daily from people, and kind of put them into a video in a Q&A session about kind of standard day-to-day things. So here it is, 5 questions, hopefully in 5 minutes, even though I've just spent 30 seconds telling you about that. Question I've been asked quite a lot is, how long should my CV be? Really is not important, in my opinion, how long your CV needs to be, as long as all the relevant information about what your skill sets are and why you're applying for that job are in the first part of the CV. Now, there's various books that are coming out and being out, and a lot of information out there about 8 seconds a recruiter takes to look at your CV, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. Which is true, by the way. It does take that long. So the information that needs to be in that first 5 to 10 seconds of your CV needs to be relevant information. And this is why I say to people, when you're applying for a job, tailor your CV to match that job application. Do not use a generic CV. Really tailor it to match that job. Then, once you've done that kind of tailoring, maybe you can have a more detailed candid CV below it, where it'll go into a lot more depth about stuff. Lately, I've told the candidate to put some engineering drawings in his CV. That has produced a result of many interviews off the back of that. So there's something for you to think about. Relevant engineering drawings in your CV, or information, or just evidence in the CV that intrigues hiring managers and recruiters to speak to you. So hopefully that helps. Make it relevant, I think. Don't worry about the length, make it relevant. Cover letters is another one, and this is a really interesting one actually for me, because I am a cover letter fan. I do like to read a cover letter. If it's a good cover letter and the CV doesn't look that good, I still pick up the phone to that particular candidate. Maybe that's the old school in me. I am 40 next year, so maybe that's the situation. But I would say the problem with cover letters at the moment, a lot of people are not getting the opportunity to create a cover letter because job websites have actually stopped letting you do cover letters, or the option has not been selected by the hiring manager or recruiter. So cover letters is a bit of a sticky point at the moment. If you're going direct, create your email as the cover letter. Should you put the cover letter in the CV? It comes back to the first kind of comment really about how long should your CV be, because you need to make it very relevant then in that case and make people want to read the rest of that information. And remember, people talk about 5 to 10 seconds of reading a CV. So should it be in the front? Possibly. Should it be in existence, full stop, a cover letter? I don't know is the answer to that one. But look, I think the best thing to do is make sure that you have a strong CV to apply for a job, and that's where it comes down to relevance. That way it'll take the effort out of a cover letter being written. But if you do apply for a job directly and you're doing it via a proper email with an attachment, then why not create a cover letter? Introduce yourself and really go positive about yourself and focus on your skills and ability and experience. This is a strange question I've been asked a lot lately, and I don't know why I've been asked this question a lot. Should I wear smart clothing to an interview, suits and ties, and how should I dress for an interview? And my advice to that, always go as smart as you can. It doesn't matter if it's a welding job and you may get a trial weld. Go and put your overalls in the boot of the car or something, or bring your overalls with you or something. And if the interviewer says, have you brought overalls with you? I got my safety boots and overalls. That's blue collar roles. But always go smart. And I don't know why that question keeps getting asked these days. Always go smart for an interview. Always. There's no answer. There's no kind of like alternative to that. However, lately I have been hearing people saying about if someone turns up to my interview in a suit and jacket, then I'm not going to interview them, or I'm not going to give them the job. To me that doesn't make any sense. But that said, do some investigation, or even ask the question if they're one of these trendy beanbag companies, not as in they sell beanbags, that most of them sit on beanbags, because that's the only thing I can think of why you need a beanbag in a business. Now this is a really interesting question. There's a lot of theories behind this, but should you talk money in an interview? Yes, you should talk money in an interview. Why do you go to work for, first of all? Money. Okay, it's a sticky point. Some people are not very kind of confident in talking money. But what I would suggest to you is, if you're not confident in talking money, then near the end, have an agenda in your mind, or write on a piece of paper what you want to talk about, and have money on there. But also talk about how you want to present yourself in that situation. Now, I can't talk about salary negotiation in a very short period of time, but what I would suggest is, if you're going to talk money, make sure you talk about it at the end. Don't talk about it at the start. Get to know the job, get to know the interviewer, get to know the business, learn a little bit more about it, and then talk about money at the end. I think that's probably the most logical situation. But do talk about money. That is very important to you, and it's important to them. At the end of the day, if they don't know how much you're looking for, and you are looking for something completely different, then that's not going to happen. So you need to be on the same page. So talk money. If you don't get a chance to talk money, then sorry. The last one is aimed at recruitment agencies a little bit, because I always find that we do get kind of candidates that are very interested about a role will always contact us quite literally twice, 3 times a day to find out if they've had feedback. And it's really hard for us recruiters to kind of say, don't call us, we'll call you. So I get that kind of nervousness, because you're interested, you're excited, you want to find out about the job that you've applied for. So what I always say to candidates is, how long should you wait for the response from an interview? And I always say between 24 to 48 hours, because anything after that, now if there's a weekend between, by the way, then delete that. But 24 to 48 working hours. Now the reason I say that 24 to 48 hours, sometimes when a job offer is made, the hiring manager doesn't have approval for that salary, or needs to go and ask someone in the business if they can have a bit more money for salary, or the job needs to be signed off by someone else, or there's another candidate in the process, or they just really, really don't know if you're relevant or right for the role. So they need to have a think about it, and that's important. So you've got to give them some time. So those are 5 questions in 5 minutes, I hope. Maybe a little bit more. Simple questions, always ask me every day, those are. So if you've got questions that you want to ask me and I can put on camera, I won't mention your name unless you want to, and I'll put it up on the screen here. Then please do drop me a message on LinkedIn, in the comments below or above, below. Like this, share this, drop me an email, whatever you want to do. And hopefully I'll be able to help you out. Take care, bye-bye. Why not check out thomaslee.co.uk for the latest jobs in engineering and technical sales across the UK? Or even, how about you check out our blogs and vlogs for the latest thoughts about recruitment and tips on how to find a job and how to find candidates as well?